This brother has quietly been making millions in the real estate business. JLW was a home building company, was one of the biggest home builders in the metro area. This is the man behind it. Uncanny ability to raise capital.
Real estate is not a business where you have to be a brain surgeon. There's a lot of opportunities for folks to get into our space and have a high level of trajectory moving forward. Are you able to do that without going to college? Absolutely. We had offered to acquire us for $180 million.
And then all of a sudden, it's like you stop seeing the houses go up.
It was the Great Recession. It was not a good situation. It was not pretty at all.
When there's chaos, there's opportunity, right?
That's right, major opportunity. If you got a great deal, but they always say the money shows up. If you got the deal, you're in the driver's seat.
How much capital have you raised in your career?
Oh man, billions. If you look at all the deals that we've done and you have to quantify that, billions.
Wow.
Billions, literally.
Amazing,
yeah.
Amazing.
Welcome to the Real Estate Profiting Podcast with Tabar's Dobbs.
They said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Go. Okay, let's get it.
Hey, welcome back everyone to Tabar's Dobbs here at Real Estate Profiting. I have an amazing show in store for you guys right now. So look, go ahead, grab your notebooks, grab your pen, because you get ready to learn some serious real estate profiting information today, okay? Today, I am joined by my good friend and colleague, Mr. Komichel Johnson. Komichel, thank you for joining the show.
Hey man, glad to be here, brother.
Absolutely,
to be here,
absolutely.
Glad to be here.
So look, guys, we're gonna get into, this, story, which is amazing. But let me just tell you a little bit about Komichel really quick. Komichel is an urban builder. He's a real estate professional. He's a family man and musician, which we got to talk about that because I don't know nothing about that.
We got to talk about that.
So
That's
we got to talk about that. We're going to delve into how this brother has quietly been making millions in the real estate business over years. So get ready, guys. Komichel, again, man, thanks a lot for joining the Real Estate Profiting Show.
Man, glad to be here, man.
Absolutely. When I reached out to you, I want you to come on, tell your story. You was like, oh, Tabar's, man, sure, I'd love to. So I definitely appreciate it, man.
Yeah, man.
Definitely appreciate it.
Just got to give back, man. It's so important, you know what I mean, that you can't keep all the knowledge bottled in. Got to give back.
Absolutely,
have to, man.
Absolutely, absolutely. And you have a lot of knowledge, and we're going to pull it out of you, Dad.
Let's go.
So look, man, let's start at the beginning, man, because, you went to Morehouse College.
That's right.
Where are you from?
Gulfport, Mississippi.
From Gulfport, Mississippi. I just found out you're actually from Mississippi. I didn't realize you're from Mississippi.
That's right.
I actually grew up in a small town in Arkansas called Durmar, Arkansas. So, we're literally, neighbors.
Exactly.
Growing up.
You was telling me, you was right there in Greenville, right across the bridge right there.
Right across the bridge.
Man.
It's amazing, man. So, a brother from Gulfport, Mississippi, what made how'd you find your way to Morehouse College?
So, if you guys remember, there was a movie back in the day called School Days, right? And I
Okay.
saw that movie, and I said, "Where is that?"
Wow.
I said, "I gotta get there."
Wow.
And Spike Lee did a great job with the movie. And then once I started reading about the history of Morehouse, man, I was just like, "Wow, I can't believe that." You know what I mean? And so at the time of high school, I was pretty good in math, so I had a scholarship to Georgia Tech. And because at the time they was trying to increase their minority enrollment.
Okay.
And my mom and dad said, hey, you know what? Let's go to look at Georgia Tech. And while you're there, they would take a look at Morehouse. When I got to Morehouse, my parents stepped on Morehouse. Then we went up to Georgia Tech. It was a no-brainer. My mom made the decision, hey, son,
Really?
guess what? You're going here. Because of the Tite brothers, I mean, it was a situation where it was truly brothers looking to help one another, right? It was truly a situation where you have the best of the best in one location.
Wow.
Because I was a man in high school, got to Morehouse, reset.
Gotcha.
And so, that level of intellect and power at Morehouse, man, it changed my life.
That's amazing, man. Interesting story because it's like you had a scholarship to go to Georgia Tech.
Yes.
But chose to go to Morehouse.
Chose to go to Morehouse. Morehouse gave me a little bit of money, but not as much as Georgia Tech, but
Okay.
it was worth it.
Okay.
It was worth it.
Okay. You wouldn't change it.
We'll change it for the world, man.
I love it, man. I love it.
World.
I went to Morehouse College also. We didn't really know each other on campus.
That's right.
I think I've probably seen you around. There's so many brothers around campus.
right.
Like it's hard to connect with everybody.
That's right.
So we kind of connected after school. But what did you study at Morehouse?
So I studied math, and at the time, I wanted to, was going to do a degree program, a degree. And that's when you went to Morehouse, got a degree, and then you went to Georgia Tech for engineering.
Yeah.
And so went to Morehouse, finished there, went to Georgia Tech, started off doubly. I mean, I hated it. You know what I mean? I hated it. And so I'll tell folks, the kids are in school, sometimes you go to school and it might not be what you want to do. Change. Don't get stuck there. You know what I mean? So you're young enough to make a decision to change. So hated double E, then I switched to industrial engineering, and that's when my light bulb went on. It was business. Subsequently from there, I went to Clark and got an MBA in business. That's when my light bulb went on, right? And so if you think about the time, you had the stock market going crazy. And I was like, hey, you know what? We're in business. And I was telling my friends in school, hey, you know what? Let's start a business because we're getting what? A master's in business administration.
Right.
And
Go figure.
Go figure. And everybody's like, man, you're crazy. I'm about to take this job. And I was like, you know what? I'm getting a degree. Let me just try to figure out a business and start myself.
Wow. I didn't realize you had all these advanced degrees. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, just as a segue really quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
This whole movement around, like, don't go to college.
Right.
It just, you know, not to spend a whole lot of time on it, but, like, what is your position on that?
I would say, man, so I have 4 sons and 3 at Morehouse right now, right? And I tell them, hey, listen, you're going to college for relationships, right? You're going to college and also to learn how to think. And so are you able to do that without going to college? Absolutely. Absolutely. You look at the student debt you're taking on these days, and if you go to college, you got to make sure you major in something that makes sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And so with the way the world is moving right now, I just think there's so many opportunities to where you're able to take care of yourself without necessarily having a college degree. And especially in our field, think about it. We'll talk about this later, but in our field, in the construction field, the average age of a superintendent is 48 years old. 48. So that means a lot of opportunities for folks to get into our space and have a high level of trajectory moving forward.
Gotcha. Sound like you're a proponent of going to college.
Yeah, if it works for you, you can afford it, it works for you. If that's something that's a goal of yours, definitely do it. But it's not necessary to, if you're going business, achieve your goals, I don't think it's necessary.
Got it. So you get an MBA and the light bulb went off in your head like, look, I might as well start a business.
That's right.
Is that when JLW became a thing?
It did. And so I gotta sing, success leaves trails. Everybody think, what is the secret? I mean, they had a book called The Secret and all the self-improvements. Success leaves trails. Real estate is not a business the way you have to be a brain surgeon to do well.
Gotcha.
To do well in, right?
Gotcha.
But I would say this, you must find a mentor. And so what I was fortunate enough to meet a young man, his name was Kerry Wynn.
Okay, hold on. Before you tell that part of the story, let me just give a little background on JLW.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know the full background,
Right.
but you can kind of fill it in,
That's
right? In the late 90s?
Late 90s, early 2000s.
Late 90s, early 2000s, I'm here in Atlanta doing real estate deals, and all of a sudden, I just hear JLW everywhere. And I was like, JLW, what is JLW? And I think I was driving down, I don't know, maybe Pryor Road one day, and I see a subdivision going up. And when you're building houses, you have to put a house wrap around them. The house wrap around them had JLW's logo all over them.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, that's JLW. So JLW was a home building company here in the Metro Atlanta area that at the time was one of the biggest home builders in the metro area. This is the man behind it.
Yeah.
So how did JLW become a thing? You said you met a gentleman.
And so the thing is, real estate, right? Let's talk about real estate for a second, then we're gonna delve into JLW.
Okay.
Real estate, I got a saying, I want no one to get offended by this. Real estate is the dumb guy's way or girl way of getting wealthy in America. I'm gonna repeat that again. It's the dumb guy's way or girl way to get wealthy in America, right? Okay. Because there's a set of facts. If you execute these set of facts and items, you can get there.
Gotcha.
And so my thing was, I was in Summer Hill and I met one of the Wynn brothers. They had a company called Wynnworks. And older gentleman, and I was fortunate enough, Kerry Wynn went to Morehouse. And so we had that camaraderie there, okay? So I met him, and I'm in business school at the time. And I'm in the process of buying a house, and I said, hey, you know what, Mr. Wynn, I want to get into real estate. And so what I did was, I was patiently persistent. I literally harassed him, right? Literally harassed him. And so that goes to negative number one. If you want something, you really got to be, people say you got to be persistent. That's true, but it's really harassment. Hey, can I get on your calendar? Can I talk to you? I want to help. I want to add value to you.
Gotcha.
You know, got to be really persistent. And so I say, Mr. Wayne, I want to work for your company for free. I'm in business school. I see a lot of, inefficiencies you guys are doing. I really want to help you guys. He said, I got something even better for you.
Okay.
I want you to meet my son. I said, okay. So I'm going to meet his son. His son name is Gregory Wynn.
Okay.
And meet his son, and I say, man, this is an interesting guy. And so he was building a community called McCoy Place. And I saw Greg was running the whole community.
Okay.
It's like, wow, okay. So I watched him for about 6 months. I said, this guy, he knows what he's doing. And I go back to Kerry, and he said, I think you guys should form your company. I'll give you the guidance, but you have what it takes. You have tenacity. You harass her. That was a joke he said, but you'll figure it out. And so we started, man. And my thing at the time was being excellent. I wanted the best practice. How can we build a house more efficiently? How can we serve the community? How can we encapsulate all those things, man, to build a strong, sustainable company?
Okay.
And that was the goal, man. And we started with, 1999. We got it incorporated in 2000. We built 3 houses.
Okay.
And so
you got houses in year 1.
3 houses in year 1. So think about it. Everybody think you got to get big, got to start off big. No. How do you eat an elephant? 1 bite at a time.
Absolutely.
3 houses.
Okay.
And subsequently, 6 years later, we're closing 150 houses. And so it completely changed our lives. And through that ride, it was so important that a lot of guys that worked with us at the time went off and they're doing their own thing now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so we're really excited about that because it's all about each one teach one and providing opportunities of entrepreneurship.
Yeah. At you guys' height, you guys were doing 150 houses a year?
Yeah, closing. So that's different.
Yeah.
So it's different, having inventory out there and building in some stage of construction. But closing, at the end of the day, we got closing.
Absolutely.
Closing.
Absolutely.
And we grew the business from not only operating in Atlanta, we had deals in Athens, we were going to Griffin.
Just from a dollar volume standpoint, like what was that like at you guys' peak?
So I like to say facts are friendly, right? So we had an offer to buy us for $180 million in 05. And at the time in 05, being a young guy, we're young, early 30s, like, hold on one second, looked at our revenue projections, hey, we have that in the pipeline and we're still buying great dirt. And so, always hindsight is always 20/20. But we're like, hey, we're going to continue to grow thanks for no things. Because we really bought into ownership. Right. And so that's the way that was the way we looked at it then. But hindsight 20/20 probably did something different. But facts are friendly, $180 million valuation. And that was the we had an offer for 180.
Okay.
Then had to value the dirt, what we had in play. We had an offer to acquire us for $180 million.
Gotcha. And you all had expanded to other cities in Georgia as well?
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
What other cities did you guys expand to?
So we were in Atlanta heavy. We had a deal in Athens.
Okay.
We were putting our footprint in Athens. We were down in Griffin, had acquired dirt in Griffin. We were looking at things in Birmingham. And so our plan was to really expand throughout the Southeast based on the population patterns of the U.S. A lot of people moving to the southeast part of the United States. Mm-hmm. And strategically, we're like, okay, great. We can go to these different metro areas and expand and gain market share. And that was the vision.
Gotcha. I'm assuming because it was like you guys set Atlanta on fire. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like literally on fire. And I'm sure you all kind of, knew the stats. Like what, and in terms of size, what ranking were you guys as home builders here in the metro Atlanta market? Great
question. So in terms of the private folks, because you had the nationals here, your D.R. Hortons, things of that nature. And so in terms of all the builders in metro Atlanta, all 11 metro counties, we was like number 28.
Wow.
So
it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing, man. And then all of a sudden, it's like you stop seeing the houses go up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just houses from JLW.
Yeah.
You stopped seeing houses go up everywhere.
Stop.
So something happened.
What
happened?
The party was over in 2008.
The punch bowl was taken away.
The punch bowl was we had a party, somebody turned the lights on. Like, hey, let's get the party going. Nope, it's over, guys. You got to get out of here.
So many other people watching this may be slightly younger.
That's right.
May not know why the party ended in 2008. Talk about.
It was the Great Recession. The Great Recession is what we'll call it. And Lehman Brothers went down, and the whole financial crisis completely changed our business model.
Yeah.
I mean, the assets that we had, the homes became virtually less than replacement costs. The value of our dirt went down 80-90%. And so you just think about that. You got a house, and the valuation is lower than what you can build it for. That's not sustainable.
Yeah.
The land, oh my God, the land got destroyed.
Yeah.
And so you look at that, you're like, oh my God, Biggie had a song. It was all good just a week ago, right? One of the lyrics, and it was. And so that was the best thing and worst thing that happened to us in business. Because in any situation, even though it may look bleak and bad, you always have to find a silver line. Like, what good can come out of this, right? And so I would say the good thing, it really made us real estate guys. I mean, we really know how to evaluate deals. We really know how to evaluate risk. We really know how to ensure our capital partners money now. And we just have I would call like a third eye when we look at deals, right? A third eye. We can like look, okay, do this. We can forecast better. And also another thing too, it humbled us, right? Because young guys, man, we're doing extremely well financially, and sometimes when that happens to you, you get like the God complex. I'm the man, you can't touch me,
okay,
right? And so I want to warn people and be prudent that, hey, listen, that we're all connected, and there is a higher power, right? I don't care what you believe in, your belief, but the world does not stop with you. We're all interconnected, right? And that was a real huge lesson that I personally had to learn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was huge for me.
It's amazing, man. It's interesting, right? Because I didn't really learn, when I was studying real estate at Morehouse, I didn't really learn about what happens during recessions. There was no class on that.
There's no class on that. It's called survival.
Yeah. Like the only way you figured that one out is through experience.
That's right.
Right. So sound like you, kept your head up and like said, what can I learn from this situation?
That's right. And sometimes in life, I call it, you got to take a Gatorade break. You know what I mean? I had to take a knee, like, my God, you got litigation, lawsuits. It wasn't pretty. It was not a good situation. It was not pretty at all.
Gotcha.
And so what you do is you got to continue to walk, take one step by faith. I really had no clue. As I started to kind of walk and get myself together, I'll never forget, I read this book called Who Moved My Cheese?
Who Moved My Cheese, yeah.
Very simple book, but the essence of the book was to talk about, hey, there's always an opportunity where you thought it was before, it's changed. So who moved my cheese? So the cheese had moved. I'm still calling Wall Street, the banks. That was over. The cheese was foreign, folks.
Okay.
And so after I got out of that fog, I'm like, hold on 1 second. Hey, Komichel, you have a skill set that's extremely valuable, and the world is your oyster now, to where you can help the world investor to invest in the U.S. instead of just the banks or local investors on Wall Street. And so that really opened my eyes, and it completely shifted my business model and my way of thinking and relationships from around the world.
I love it. We're gonna touch on that skill set you just mentioned.
Yeah.
Because I think that's very important, right? Because there are people that's listening, watching, that they want to know, like, how do I do this, right? And so you need to acquire certain skill sets. So you mentioned a skill set that you have. We're going to come back to it in a second. But I want to ask you, Komichel, like, you studied industrial engineering, right? Then you went and got an MBA, and you met Mr. Wynn. I didn't realize Mr. Wynn went to Morehouse, but
that's
cool.
Right.
And you told him you were interested in real estate. Like, what made you ultimately become interested in real estate? From going industrial engineering, getting your MBA, why real estate?
Morehouse really exposed me to seeing a lot of in-your-face black wealth. Okay. I've never really seen that really in Mississippi.
Okay.
And seeing that, you're like, hold on 1 second. I can obtain that. The first time I was on a private jet was with a classmate at Morehouse. His dad said, hey, let's go to PDK over the holidays. I was like, PDK? I'm like, what is that? I'm thinking about getting on the bus. It was his private plane. And I was like, wow. And I meet his dad, I was like, hold on 1 second. What are you doing? Right? And then what you do is success leaves trails. And at the time, I'll never forget this. So I'm reading everybody autograph. Man, what's the secret to this? What's the secret to this? You know, I mean, Earl Grey's, you know, Robert Johnson's, reading these brothers, you know what I mean? I mean, just reading their bio. It was incredible. And what I saw was 85% of the people, they made their wealth in real estate and then they started investing in other things.
Interesting.
And so it wasn't like, you know, this mathematical formula. It was like, hold on one second, success leaves trails. Let me do that. And I have a high probability of building generational wealth for my family.
The skill set that you've developed, in my opinion, right, just on the outside looking in, is this uncanny ability to raise capital. How did you develop that skill set? And because I'm sure there's someone listening, watching right now that is saying, you know what, I want to do some real estate deals, but I need some money.
Right. And so the good thing about real estate is it's asset based, right? Okay. And so what you have to do, what I did was find great deals. And I'm pretty sure it's a cliche. If you got a great deal, but they always say the money shows up.
The money, okay.
Right. And so I always looked at, okay, let's look at the deal, and how do we analyze the deal, and how can we negotiate some amazing terms? Because if you negotiate the deal in a proper way, that capital always shows up, and then you have an option. Okay, well, I take your money. I don't know about you. I don't know about this. I don't like those terms. Can we adjust this? And you put yourself in the driver's seat. And so as you're looking at deals, always remember, people think, oh, this person has money, and you know, you're nervous and scared. No, if you got the deal, you're in the driver's seat. Okay. Because you are providing them an opportunity to work their capital. What's the alternative for their capital? Still sit in the bank and just the money rots? I'm providing a vehicle for you. You say it with confidence, you know, very confident, boldly. I'm providing a vehicle for you to turn your capital and for you to continue making money for your family. I am the engine. I'm able to do that, and here's why. Here's my plan. Here's my market study. Here's what the demographics of the community. This is what I'm going to sell for. This is how many units I'm going to sell per month. All the way down to every detail is checked off and calculated. When they look at your deal or your analysis, your performer, you know, it's very hard to discount what you've done, and you can execute that, and the capital would run and chase that deal.
Gotcha. So in other words, when you know how to make money with real estate, capital will find you.
Exactly.
Gotcha. How much capital have you raised in your career?
Oh man, billions. If you look at all the deals that we've done, and you have to quantify that, billions. Wow. Billions, literally.
Amazing. Yeah. Amazing. So obviously 2008 came and went. Pick up from there.
So the market crashed. The business model that I this is another thing I made a mistake too. Don't make the mistake. I attached myself to the business, right? I am a home builder. Okay. I'm a developer. No, but really what I am, I'm a real estate investor who knows how to take a certain set of facts and generate capital in that market. That's really what I am.
Gotcha.
And so I stayed, too long, man. My God, the company collapsed. I was embarrassed. Man, how could we build this business and fold like this? All those things, kind of come at depressed. All those things come inside your head. But like we said before, you continue to keep walking. And then, a light kind of came on, like the candle in the dark. Like, hold on one second. Whoa. Everybody ran from real estate and called me bullheaded or thinking like a contrarian. Hey, no, that's opportunity. How can we take these houses that the bank are just giving away and monetize it? Wow. And so that's what I saw. That was a huge opportunity to buy assets below replacement costs and provide also, because a lot of people got foreclosed at the time, also provide people not a second chance, but another chance of affordable housing. Okay. And that led us down that stream of acquiring thousands of houses and acquiring them, renting them out, and providing rental houses for our clients. Okay. So you guys heard that, right? When there's chaos, there's opportunity, right? That's right, major opportunity. Okay. Major opportunity. And so, but it took me a while to get there. I'm not gonna say, oh my God, market collapse, we right here, right? And so those are some of the skill sets that I developed over time, like right now in the economy, what's going on. I'm able to move fast because I've seen a lot of things before. And so when that happened, we were able to, it took me a couple years to kind of get my bearings together. But once we understood the model, it was, again, back to the same, let's scale. How do we scale this? How do we get more capital? Okay, great. We're dealing with private equity now. So what countries can we help invest in the U.S.? So we started with the Australians first. and then it went to mainland China. It went to Singapore. We had investors from Israel, the UK, South Africa, Nigeria. So we had investors from all parts of the world buying distressed assets in the United States of America.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. I didn't know that part of the story.
Yeah.
And for those of you guys that may not have known this, so that's around the same time that institutional owners began to own more single-family homes than individuals in this country, correct?
Exactly. So the foreign investors were first. And I'll never forget this. I'm on Wall Street. Hey, guys, listen, give us a line of credit, give us capital. I'm selling houses to foreigners. They're buying America. Guys, what are you doing? Oh, Mr. Johnson, you still the credit risk. I said, dude, that was in 2008. That's over. This is a new day.
Okay.
We can't drink spoiled milk. That's over. Okay, I'm telling you what's going on. And so we kept banging, and talking to those guys. And then, the word, they finally kind of caught the drift. Like, hold on one second. This is a real asset class. Whoa, there is something behind this. Whoa, this is scalable. Whoa, this makes sense. Whoa, this performance looks a little better than an apartment complex.
Okay.
And so because of that 08, now we have a new asset class.
That's amazing.
That people call SFR, and what that stands for, single family residential, and now you got billions of dollars investing in this sector.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, completely amazing.
Before we even talk about the projects you're involved in right now, I'm gonna share an interesting story with you.
Yeah.
It's been maybe a couple years ago, maybe 2-3 years ago or so. I was reading some publication, I'm not sure what it was, but it was about this young African-American woman. She was an engineer. She started, I think, some tech company, sold it, had a great exit,
right.
and she went to her hometown, which is
Jackson,
Mississippi, and she had developed this plan to develop like the downtown area of Jackson, Mississippi.
That's right.
And I was just reading that. I was just like, wow, because I think she studied computer science.
That's right.
I think she had degrees in computer science. And at the time, my daughter, who was graduating from high school, she was going into college studying computer science. So that article caught my eye. I shared it with my daughter, and she read it, and she's like, okay, well, great. But then, like a few months later, I see a post on your Instagram feed, and you were posing with the young lady in Alabama, talking about this major development.
Right.
And I was like, get the heck out of here.
Yeah.
Like, Komichel is actually involved in this project that I just read about like months ago,
right,
by this sharp sister, man. So tell me about that project.
Actually, it's in Jackson, Mississippi.
Okay.
And her name is Dr. So we gotta put some respect to her name.
Absolutely.
Dr. Nashley Cephas.
Okay.
What's up, Nash?
How you doing, Nash?
And she is doing amazing things. She got a partner, also Dr. Amber Johnson. And they're two partners. Another Elgin, what's up, brother? And what they're doing, they're going to change the fabric of inner city Jackson. I mean, Nash is amazing. From Mississippi, with the Mississippi State.
Okay.
She got a PhD from Georgia Tech.
Okay.
And amazing. And so the project, again, it's all about giving back, right? And so the program that she's in, and I got to give props for this company, the Integral Group, right?
Okay.
What they have done,
Edgar Perry,
Vicky, Daryl, Valerie, Eric, the whole team, they have given their blood, sweat to make sure of giving back to the next generation.
Okay. And
they've taken their dear time, because these folks are busy, to really give back. And how can we really help the next generation of commercial developers? Because I'm a residential guy, right? But how can we help the next generation of commercial developers? And Nashley is a part of the, it's three of them in the first cohort. You got Brandon Rule, shout out, what's up, Brandon? You got Dr. Nashley Cephas and Chris Senegal, he's out of Houston.
Okay.
And so, and what we're doing, we're giving them the backbone, the back office, the pre-development dollars to really get them off the ground to scale their business so they can be independent. Brandon Rule, this deal right here, now, he's one of the co-leads, he's the joint venture partner for the deal we're doing in Birmingham. We got other just working with Brandon. And Chris, we're looking at something with him with the Housing Authority in Houston. So Integral was bringing the back office and the skill set of doing this over 30 years. Because again, what I said earlier, you gotta have a mentor. Because if you don't want to make the mistakes that I've made. Let's shortcut that. No, don't do this, do this.
Okay.
That's one of the main reasons why JLW went, it looked like we came out of nowhere. But we were standing on so much shoulders that's been doing it for 20 years. So we had a 20-year head start. Who gonna beat us?
Right.
You know what I mean? And so that's that deal we saw in Jackson,
nice.
and we're excited about that, man.
Nice. And how many, just so people can understand the scale of it, how many housing units, how many square commercial feet of commercial space?
So we're still kind of toying with the program of that.
Okay.
But it's gonna be some housing, for sale housing.
Okay.
We might have to start off with a build for rent deal there, and then transfer it to home ownership. And so we're still kind of playing with our programming to figure out what's feasible for us to do. And so that's what we're working through right now. But it's going to be a major project right there in Jackson. It's going to work.
Awesome. Yeah, I just had to share that story.
Yeah.
Because I was like, wait a minute, I just read about this.
Yeah.
So cool, man. You know, what kind of projects is Komichel Johnson developing today?
Right. And so Greg and I, we have a new home building operation called Unveiling Homes and Communities. And we're going to do the same thing again, but faster, better. And so the vision this time is, last time, guys, it was about, hey, we want to be the biggest builders. You know, it was me, right? You know, me, we want to be the biggest builders, right? So this time, we still have that same hunger, but this time, it's not me, it's we. And what we're going to do, because we missed a whole generation of superintendents, we missed a whole generation of people getting into our industry. And so we're going to scale our business with the intent, the strategic intent, like, hey, when we leave this subdivision, there's going to be some brothers and superintendents that can work with us. We're going to help them go out. You want to go out and do your own thing, we're going to support you. There are going to be brothers and sisters who want to get to be electricians. Hey, guess what? We have this amount of houses. Hey, let's work, be a partner with our prime, learn the skill set so you can learn the skill set as well. So we're going to be very intentional about how we hire subs on the job, how we build our infrastructure out, and with a mindset up front. Hey, this is not about us. This is about the next generation, because so important to us greatly, and they still do to today. And so we have a mandate to make that happen.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So it sounds like the same thing Integral is doing on the commercial side.
That's right.
You guys looking to replicate on the residential side.
You're exactly right.
Okay.
You're exactly right. And so we got good guys over at Integral. They've really helped me hone my skill sets and turn out, okay, I'm looking at folks, they're older. And they're, almost 70. And so to be able to understand where you're going to get to now, like, do it now.
Gotcha.
Speed that up. And so we're going to do the same thing for folks who looking to make this a career. There's going to be options for you to make that happen. There's going to be opportunities for you to make that happen, because guess what? I'm really good at finding deals, and folks, I got some real good deals that are coming up that's going to be fantastic.
And in fact, you sent me a project the other day. In fact, I think that's the schematic right there.
Yeah, it is.
So for those of you all that are listening to this on Spotify, you're gonna have to go to the YouTube channel in order to see this right now. But let's talk about this project right here, Komichel.
Yeah.
Tell us about this project right here.
So this project right here is on 22 acres. It's going to be a total of 315 units.
Okay. Single family?
Single family and attached, right? And also, too, there's a new phenomenon because of household formation that people are buying 1-bedrooms and 1-bath houses these days because of affordability.
Okay.
And so you have to address that, right? And so that's us being keenly aware of how do you serve the marketplace at the highest level, right? And so we just do a lot of this research. Okay, what does the client need? What do they want? How can we fulfill their needs? What's best in class in building materials? You know what I mean? Does the floor plan need to be open? What kind of solid surface we're using? Is the material green? How does it affect the environment? And so all of those, the way we build the properties is going to be very intentional how we build it.
Okay.
How the community is laid out. People want places where they can meet. walk into a community. They call them community nodes, right?
Gotcha.
Dog trails, parks inside the community. Make it easy for a client to, hey, when you arrive in Montero, hey, I have arrived home, right? And so to be very, very intentional about how we move forward. So this is gonna be one of the deals we got in Atlanta. We're gonna be building here for probably 4 years.
Okay.
We got other deals that we're locking up right now. And so the intent is, again, got great deals coming in the pipeline. Always looking at great deals. So if you guys got some land, Metro Atlanta, if it makes sense, let's talk about it.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, sound like you're doing some amazing stuff, bro. I'm certainly glad you took the time out your schedule because I know you're busy. Obviously, you're doing these kind of deals. You're busy. So I definitely appreciate you coming on the real estate property community to kind of talk about it. Before you go, I can't let you go without pulling some gems out of you because there's somebody listening to this right now, watching this right now, that they want to start real estate investing.
Okay.
What advice would you give him or her?
Right now, this generation right now, everything is right here. It's right here. I mean, you can connect with anybody, right? And so I would say break out and don't be afraid, don't be shy. Just reach out. And busy people are busy. You may have to call them 20 times, but so what? What do you have to lose? And I would say just find a mentor, man, and figure out some way to work with that person. Is it going to be easy? No. But if you have the intestinal fortitude to stick with it, it's going to work. So that's a guarantee. Most people say, can't guarantee that. No. If I said this, if you eat right, you work out, get good sleep, what's going to happen in about 6 months? Your body's going to change and you're going to get cut up. It's going to change. I'm telling you this. Find a good mentor. Listen what that person tells you. Stick to the script, like JG said. It's going to work. Okay. Guaranteed to work. And that's all I would say. I mean, just don't try to reinvent the wheel. Just information overload with this song. We can Google anything right now. Gotcha. But stick to the script and find a mentor, man, and educate yourself as best you can. So we talk to your mentor or mentee. Hey, come with some facts. Like, okay, they look at you as an added value. Oh, you know what? I can put you on that task.
Got it.
You know what I mean?
Got it. Awesome. You guys heard that, right? So, follow-up question for you. There are people right now watching this, listening to this. Okay. They're already in real estate business. Okay. They're already doing deals. Right. Maybe they want to scale up. Okay. Right. You've proven that you know what it takes to scale a real estate operation. Right. What would you say to those individuals? Strategy,
right? And so real estate, let's think about real estate for a second. If I buy a piece of land, raw dirt, I'm really not going to have any houses to build really for 2 years later. Okay. Because you got to get entitlements, if you got to get rezoning, then I got to get permits, then I got to put the infrastructure in. And so you're, 16 months, 18 to 24 months out. And so if you're looking to scale, you're going to kind of create your own inventory. And so you got to raise capital. And also, too, you got to look at where we are on the economic cycle, right? Because what they say about real estate, we got a real estate economic cycle. Like right now, where are we? Everybody say the interest rates are 7%. They're high right now. And I laugh at that because my first house was 6.75. And I think people got kind of spoiled with these low rates, right? And so you got to look at that and say, what is the market doing? Do you see contraction? And how can I, get involved in, no one can time the cycle, but do your best educated guess and run forward. But again, get with someone who's done it before. Okay. Right? And that's all I've done. Okay, what do you guys think about the economic cycle? Should we start now? Should we start 2 years from now? Right? Think about it, guys. We're starting a home building company now. So, hint, clue, now. Right? Why didn't we start last year or the year before? Why didn't we start in 2018? There's a reason we're starting now.
Right.
There's a reason.
Absolutely. And I would imagine that reason is probably the same reason that earlier this year Warren Buffett invested about $800 million into I think 4 of the largest publicly traded home builders.
Why did he do that? Exactly. Yeah. And so we just call it, hey, I think Warren Buffett is much smarter than me. I really do. He's older, he's wiser, he has more, he's seen more sun, he's been on this earth longer. Gotcha. Right? And so again, success follow what? Trails.
Success leaves clues.
It leaves clues.
Before I let you go, one last parting shot, right? This morning I saw come across my phone our amazing mayor of this city, Mr. Andre Dickens, just approved the financing through Invest Atlanta for 570 units of affordable housing scattered around the city.
Correct.
I think that just hit the news wire this morning.
That's right.
You probably have some housing units involved in that 570 units, huh?
We don't know just yet. We'll see. But more importantly, on a granular level, I think Mayor Dickens is doing an amazing job.
Absolutely.
He's doing an amazing job. And his heart is in the right place about affordability. How can we get these numbers, even with the cost of construction, interest rate, how can we get people in housing? And so that's what we're doing at our deal. We're making a point. We have some houses set aside for affordability, which is so important. And so he has a big, hairy, audacious goal, 20,000 units. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna do our part to help him achieve that.
Sounds like a plan.
100%.
I'm gonna definitely do my part as well.
That's right, you are.
Absolutely,
That's right, you are.
absolutely. Komichel, it was a pleasure, man.
Yeah, man.
I really enjoyed this conversation. I really hope that everyone who's tuning in has gotten something out of it, and they had to.
Yeah.
Right? You cannot have listened to this conversation and not have gotten something that you can take away and literally apply today. So I definitely appreciate you taking the time out, man, to come and speak to the real estate property community. Where can people, connect with you, find you?
You guys can hit me on the Instagram, basically my name, at Komichel Johnson, KOMICHEL Johnson, JOHNSON. You can find me there, Facebook, LinkedIn. Yes, find me there. Find me there. So just reach out.
Awesome. Listen, if you're watching this video or one of our videos for the first time and you haven't subscribed yet, look, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? You're missing conversations like this, right? From people that have raised hundreds of millions of dollars and doing real estate. So hit the subscribe button. If you're on Spotify, go over to YouTube so you can see some of the projects. And while you're there, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, okay? So thank you guys for tuning in. Have an amazing day, and we look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Andre, what did you think of that interview with Komichel Johnson?
Well, Komichel's dynamic, and the topics that you guys touched on were great. I really enjoyed it. I think it's insightful. I really like the fact that you're trying to bring in this newer generation into the operation side, because I think that's missing in a lot of it.
Yeah.
Excellent. So look, both of you gentlemen are in the real estate business, right? From the finance side to the development side. How are you seeing the market today?
Before we go there, man, thank you for that. Don't tell me, brother. I appreciate that. I think the market today, man, is back to the basics, man. Location. I see a lot of anxiety kind of a little bit in the marketplace. But if you look at the data, we still have a strong, robust market. I think if you're doing the assets in the right location, they're going to sell. Price right, they're going to move.
Gotcha. What about you, Andre? How are you seeing the market?
I think population growth is driving a lot of this, and what I'm also believing is happening is that we're going into these institutions, getting into the SFR space. I think it's kind of hollowing out that first-time owner space, but what he hit on is maybe using a hybrid model where you get people in on these platforms and use technology, let them build up some equity, and then convert them over to owners. I think that's probably where we're headed.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, wherever this market is going, I know you guys are ready for it and positioned to take advantage of it, as well as I am myself. So I'm looking forward to it. So look, I hope you guys appreciated that quick market update. Tune in to our YouTube channel. You can find us at Real Estate Profiting on YouTube, as well as if you're more into podcasts, you can go to Spotify and just put in Real Estate Profiting to check out that interview, okay? Thanks a lot for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Go. Okay, let's get it.